Oh, hey, welcome to the Lumiere channel. Fire sign. Okay, don't. This is, oh, okay. All right, thank you. There will be, some interruptions by Kitty in this recording, but either way, your guidance will be here. So, we're doing a money guidance for December 2nd through the 18th for fire signs. I hope this serves you in some sort of way. Um, I want to see if I should start doing this for the weeks and then love for the weekend. I don't know how consistent that's going to be just because of the person I am in terms of things like this with Luce Lemire. I don't know, whatever. Let me know what you think. In any case, I hope this helps or serves you in some sort of way. This is about how best to attract money. So be open to how the message comes through because sometimes in order to attract money, I mean money is really its own channel. Like money would be its own freaking channel, but money has legs, money has attachments, our energy around money. So, um yeah, baby, what are you doing? So I hope this helps you in some sort of way. May I please have guidance, please, for fire signs? Hey, behave. During the week for money, guidance, please, for fire signs for the week of December 2nd to the 18th, please, for their highest good in order to attract money, please. Thank you. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. And sometimes life just happens. To anybody, it doesn't care if you're a good people or a bad people. Okay, that's good. I like that. I almost feel like something happened in regards to your money, and perhaps the situation this week may be coming back around to reflect something that happened before in your money situation. I want to say that this time around, it's going to show you why that happened in the past because now you're better equipped to handle it in the present. I feel like this time, because maybe you messed up last time, because maybe you took a misstep, judged something, thought it was the right thing, and it didn't turn out to be, this time your guidance is to do things differently. If you need to talk to somebody, a mentor, a coach, whatever your thing is. But it's almost here like your options, this is so plain as day the more I talk, your options are not all that you have, in that there is what I like to call the third option fire sign. There is a third option. If a certain situation has come back around again, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are ill equipped to handle it. It just means you need to do something different from the last time that you did something different. Now, what that something different is could be responding a day later. What that something different is could be going with, hi baby, doing an entirely different plan of attack, right? So sometimes it could be something as simple as a millimeter shift, right? This is like that. Or it could be an entire 360. Here it's saying, to me, what it's looking like here is that when it comes to money guidance, do the do don't don't do the thing that you did last time. If you are gonna do the thing that you did last time and it's something like postponing it or doing it slightly differently. So let's say you said yes to something and the situation or something similar has come back around. If you said yes last time, you could probably still say yes this time, but you say maybe sure. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing, but it's different because of a certain way that you finesse the difference. Here, alternatively, it could, yes, my honey, this is Here, alternatively, it could be about not rushing and knowing that things will take time. Okay, babes. Uh, but I feel like whatever is coming your way this week, or even until the next time I do this, or something to consider, is what's familiar isn't what's right necessarily. Okay? So again, I like to say that sometimes it could be the simple fact that the situation has come back around could mean that now is ready for you to do what you did last time. That's something that I feel like you may need to. Okay. So, okay, babe, that's my camera. Some might need to hear, but otherwise, for most of you or for all of you, it's a message about doing things differently, about your intuition, sussing out whether it's familiar or sussing out whether, okay, when it comes to making some sort of move, some sort of decision, it's, is this familiar, as in, is this something I've done before, or, and is that what I'm being, is that what I'm confusing as my guidance, or is doing something different actually my guidance because I've done this before already? So yeah, that's what I'm getting with that one, to be honest. This go of a distance here is almost telling me that something may be around the corner, and or at the same time that whatever decision that you're making may be for the long haul. Perhaps consider what the long distant, consider that. Consider the distance between where you are and where you want to be when it comes to making that decision. So perhaps don't make a decision for now, or do make a decision for now and course correct as you go along. There's something about that. So whichever serves you the most, do that, because the essence here that I'm getting is something will be coming back around from the past, a certain situation, and you are to act differently, to not do what you did before, but that is relative. it's 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 relative. Um, but this is good. I was worried with the serendipity here. I almost feel like maybe you may even be getting a second chance. If it's not for you to do something, you may be getting a second chance at something. And this is more of an encouraging message to say, hey, the thing that you thought didn't work out, it's actually quite serendipitous, because whatever you did for the last thing, this is so confusing. Whatever you did for the last thing, was it in regards to your money, in however way that it comes through, whatever you did for the last thing may not have worked for that last thing, but for this thing, it's exactly what you need to do. That last thing was sort of a practice round, and I know spiritually a practice round is not the same as human, right? A practice round to a human is, I put my heart and soul into this relationship, this workplace, this business, this whatever, and it fucking fucked me over, and now I'm supposed to trust again. And spirit's kind of like, yeah, because that was the practice run, this is the real deal, this is game time. What are you doing? Because I remember, I'm very familiar with this energy. This happened in this field for me, in business, where everything I did for like 3 years, 4 years, whatever I was doing, it led me up to breaking. Massive tower moment when everything broke in my life, and then when I started into a new phase, I did a millimeter shift. It's the same field in a way, but it's still so radically different. But those same tools that I used before, those same techniques, those same skills are so helpful in this new phase of mine, because I've done them before, number one. I know their efficacy. I know how to do it. So this time it's even easier for me to meander through this space because I've done it before already. Even though it led to massive heartbreak. It's almost like when you have a relationship that just destroys you. And from that, you soup up, you level up, and when you meet the next person, it's so good, and it's almost like that song, Thank You Next, right? Thank you to my ex, because you set me up to be with this person who absolutely I adore and adores the crap out of me. Like, I wouldn't have been able to have this in the way that I have it if it hadn't been for that experience. Something like that. So I'm familiar, and this is what this feels like. This is throwing me off, though. Just a little bit. There's a 4. What's 48? Because we have 47. 48 is missing. 49. We have 50. so grateful that you are my ex. Reading the prosperity message. Okay. The prosperity message says if you're in round and round, if you're in a scenario that appears to be an echo of something that's already happened in the past in your work life, it's because you're being invited to see what you couldn't see before. What are you doing? Hey, no, leave him alone. Get off from there. What are you doing? Jesus Christ, you busybody. It's because you're being invited to see what you couldn't see before. This is a perfect time for you to look at deeper motives you have and your attraction to the opportunities and people who have entered your life to be part of your journey to prosperity. Who helps you navigate? Who sabotages you? Who supports you? What are the familiar signs and your responses to them? When you find yourself in a repeat pattern of the past, look at those things. It's a good time to get a coach or a mentor. That's what this says as well. Excuse me? Oh my God. Coach or mentor who can help you see what you can't on your own. Repeat what works, not what doesn't. Then you will free yourself from old cycles and cease going round and round. Come through. It's really bugging me. There's been like I've done this so far with another sign, and like there's always a card that like is just irking my soul. And this time, 48 is poised. Okay, so you're not ready, or you don't feel ready, or this hasn't happened yet. Well, I don't know what's going on with you, but it's almost like you don't see the fact, you don't see it. You don't see that this thing has been making you ready. I feel like this much is going to span for more than a week. My readings typically do. But I don't think you see that you're ready yet. You may still be in the thick of things. You may still be in that space where you've tried something and it's failed. Hence the serendipity coming out first. But I feel like it's going to come back around where you will be the victor. Shout out to anybody named Victor. Or Victoria. Yeah, this may have been happening for quite some time with this desert here. Reading it now. Yup. Come through. Thank you so much. I completely forgot. I'm still gonna look this up and see what what else this is, but this is settling better now. Remember how I was saying how certain things happen to prepare you for what's to come? This is that as well. I completely forgot. The desert is that. Like, the desert helps build that tough skin. The desert gives you those skills. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skins, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so they may thrive. This is a time for developing survival skills and resilience. You're learning how to conserve your strength, and in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you spend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go of what's not important. And that's another message that was echoed with that. So I feel like when it comes to your money, there's going to be some unfamiliar ground that you may need to look at. But also perhaps maybe you're unfamiliar with losing. Maybe you're unfamiliar with failing. And perhaps something has happened this week or may happen this week that you're like, oh, that's a hit. Or something's been happening for quite some time. But trust and believe this is preparing you for the next. And I'm sorry if that's something that affects you in a certain way, because I get that. High Priestess. And perhaps intuitively you know that. I like this side of the High Priestess. Number one, it's the side I get the most, okay? This is where you've been given the keys to the inner sanctum of the High Priestess. Not only have you been granted an audience at the High Priestess, you've graduated to the back. You see the back of the room. You see things from the perspective of the High Priestess. There's a certain intuition that is guiding you, and you are not alone. You are covered. You're not alone. You are covered. Okay? Your intuition is guiding you. Your intuition is moving you through this, through your money space. And the clouds are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. That's nice. Yeah. It's gonna be over soon, man. It's gonna be over soon. Death to this phase. Bring in the new with the round and round. Come through. Come through. Come through. I can't say I'm proud of you because it's, I can't say I'm proud of you. That's not really the phrase I'm looking for. I'm rooting for you. It'll be okay. Every time I do a weekly thing or a weekend thing, I'm always like, nah, this energy feels way too big to be just for like a weekend. And it plays out so differently. So, my fire sign, honey, I'm wishing you the best. I'm wishing you everything. If this situation rings true for you, if it doesn't ring true for this week, what I've noticed from doing the monthlies is the energy that's being read sometimes is touching on the past, but it's something from the past that's being activated in the present. But time is sort of irrelevant. It's relevant, but it's not as linear as we see it, right? It's not. It's just not. Time is more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's more spherical than linear. Anyway, babe, I wish you everything. Mwah. Keep your light on and good luck.